Hello students. Now we are going to see a last article from this chapter, that is integration by partial fraction. Okay. Now, but first, to solve the examples by using partial fraction method, first we have to see what is meant by a function which is in rational form, or a proper rational function and improper rational function. So here, if we have two polynomial functions, say f(x) and g of x, okay, remember that the functions are polynomial functions, okay. Then here the condition is that g of x is not equal to 0, and you remember and you know that if the function is expressed in rational form, then we have notice, or we have to take in account that the denominator should be free from 0. So the condition is very necessary that g of x is not equal to 0. Now is called a rational algebraic function. Okay. Now here this function f(x) by gx is called a proper rational function. Okay. If degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Remember that degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, and this same term can be expressed in this way: degree of f(x) less than degree of gx. Okay, and if this is not the case, then we say that the given rational function is improper rational function. So, for that purpose, if the degree of numerator, that is f(x), is greater than degree of denominator, that is g of x, then this improper rational form, we have to first reduce it to, or express it to, a proper rational form by using the format quotient plus remainder by gx. Now how this obtained? Here we have to divide the f(x) by g of x. When we divide, then we get quotient, okay, and there should be some remainder, and this divisor g of x. Okay, again g of x is not equal to 0, where after doing this one, that is after dividing f(x) by g of x, this get reduced to a proper rational form, and we can then integrate the function. Okay, so remember this one. First you have to verify that the given rational function is proper or improper. If it is proper, then good, then there is no question. But if it is improper, then first we have to reduce it to a proper form by expressing it. Here the denominator of the rational form of the function may be of different type. So which types or which possibilities are there? The denominator may be of the type, that is, it may have non-repeated linear factors. Non-repeated, see, linear, if power of highest power of the variable is 1, then it is said to be a linear form. Here it is a linear factor, and these are different. Here a, here we have b, here we have c, isn't it? So non-repeated linear factors, and it is a proper form, because here highest power of x is x square, and here highest, if we solve it, then highest power x will be 3, that is power of numerator is less than power of denominator, or degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Okay, so these expressed forms are proper rational forms, isn't it? Now this rational form can be converted into partial form as, see, there are three linear factors, therefore here we add three constants, a by x minus a plus b by x minus b plus c by x minus c. Okay, so for this rational form, this is a partial form, and using this format we can integrate the function very easily. So remember this one, this conversion is, that's why very useful and convenient. Now come to the next one. Here we have repeated linear factors. Okay. Repeated. Square means what? X minus a into x minus a. That is x minus a occurs two times. Isn't it? And there is one more different linear factor, x minus b. Okay. So, and you can see in numerator px square plus qx plus r. Again, degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Now this form, rational form, can be expressed in partial form as a by x minus a plus b by x minus a, see bracket square. Okay, remember this very carefully, it is too easy to apply and understand if you observe it very carefully, plus c by x minus b, that non-repeated linear factor. Okay, so this is the partial form for this one. Now come to the third type. If there is a product of linear factor and non-repeated quadratic factor. Okay, it is a quadratic factor because the power of x is 2. So it is a linear factor x minus a, and this is a quadratic factor. If such type of terms are given in the denominator, then for such type of rational form, the partial form is a by x minus a plus bx plus c by by this quadratic term x square plus bx plus c. Now these are three possibilities are there in regarding with the denominators for the rational forms. Okay, and by considering these possibilities, the convenient formats are given of the partial form there. So we will see some examples by considering these one. So here for the first type of denominator, that is if denominator have non-repeated linear factors, then let us consider the example. Now this example is given for quadratic factors, that is you may think that there is a quadratic factor, okay, that is x square and x square, but see how we will do it. Consider the given integral and make a substitution, x square is equal to m, isn't it? Therefore the given integral becomes twice m minus 3 m minus 5 into m plus 4. Now here power or degree of numerator is obviously less than degree of denominator, therefore this is a proper rational form. Now here you can see, now these are the linear non-repeated factors. So 2m minus 3 by m minus 5 into m plus 4 is equal to a upon first factor m minus 5 plus b upon second factor m plus 4. Now here 2m minus 3, that is LHS as it is, to the RHS taking cross multiplication here, a into m plus 4 plus b into m minus 5, and in this way we can collect the denominator, that is m minus 5 into m plus 4, that is collecting the terms or taking product of the terms in the denominator after cross multiplication. Now you can see denominator to the LHS and RHS is same, so cancel it, and remaining terms are 2m minus 3 is equal to a into m plus 4 plus b into m minus 5, isn't it? Now here we have to find out a and b. So first we will see for a. So to find out a, we have to make the coefficient of b 0. So how can we make it 0? So there is one possibility. If we put the value of m as plus 5, then plus minus 5 becomes 0. So let us have m is equal to 5. Therefore, the above equation becomes 2 into 5 minus 3 is equal to a into 5 plus 4 plus b into 5 minus 5. That is 2 minus 5, 2 into 5 10, 10 minus 3 is 7, and 5 plus 4 9, 9a plus 5 minus 5 0, b into 0, that is 7 is equal to 10 minus 3 7 is equal to 9a, that is a is equal to 7 by 9, and therefore we have at here a is equal to 7 by 9, isn't it? We get one value, one constant, that is a. Now how to find out b? Now again same way, to find out b we have to make coefficient of a 0. And how we can make it 0? Very simple way. Here we have minus 5, that's why we put value of m. Minus 11 is equal to minus 9b, that is b is equal to 11 by 9. Thus, here 2m minus 3 by m minus 5 into m plus 4 is equal to 7 by 9, that is value of a, upon m minus 5 plus b 11 by 9 by m plus 4. Now this is the integral. If we replace m by x square, then this term becomes 2x square minus 3 by x square minus 5 into x square plus 4 is equal to these terms. So replace this I by these new terms. Then I becomes 7 by 9 x square minus 5 plus 11 by 9 x square plus 4 into dx. Now 7 by 9 is constant, and integration of 1 by x square, 5 can be written as root 5 bracket square, because it is a standard form, x square minus a square, isn't it? Do you remember that one? Plus 11 by 9 constant into integration of 1 by x square plus 4 can be written as 2 bracket square. It is again one of the standard form, x square plus a square. Now for this one the result is what? 1 by 2a. What is a? Root 5. 2 root 5, 7 by 9 as it is, into log of x minus a, that is x minus root 5 upon x plus a, that is x plus root 5, plus 11 by 9 as it is, into integration of these term 1 by a tan inverse of x by a is equal to 2. So 1 by 2 tan inverse of x by 2 plus c. Therefore I is equal to 7 by this one. See this calculation, 7 by 18 root 5 into log this term as it is, plus 1 into 11 11, 9 into 2 18, tan inverse of x by 2 plus c. Therefore integration of 2x square minus 3 by x square minus 5 into x square plus 4 dx is equal to these terms and plus constant of integration c. So see students, whatever the formulas we have seen in previous lectures are very important. Okay, So you must remember all those formulas. Without those formulas, you can't solve the examples. Though we are studying about a partial fraction, but again we need the previous formulas again and again to obtain. Now, see the next type there. If the denominator is of the form x minus a square x minus b, that is one repeated linear factor and non-repeated linear factor. Okay. Now here this one, let us have one example. I is equal to integration of 3x minus 2 linear repeated linear factor c and non-repeated linear factor x plus 3. Now this rational form can be converted into partial form as 3x minus 2 by x plus 1 bracket square into x plus 3 is equal to a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 1 bracket square plus c by x plus 3. Isn't it? Now here solving this one, again we have to carry out the multiplication, we have to collect the terms to the denominator. For that purpose we have to take a cross multiplication. Now here 3 terms are there. So here we have to multiply this a by one more x plus 1, okay, because square is there, the highest power, and one more term x plus 3. So a into x plus 1 into x plus 3 plus b into x plus 1 square is already there, therefore we have to multiply only by x plus 3 plus c into x plus 1 bracket square. Okay, because there is no x plus 1, that's why we have to multiply by x plus 1 bracket square. Now put, this is the equation. Here already we have removed this term at the denominator and we get the plain form. Now to obtain the values of a, b and c, we have to make constant of terms one by one, that is either a or b or c 0 one by one. So for that purpose here put x plus 1 is equal to 0. How to make the term, that is which term we have to add here, we can find out it by using this method. If we put x plus 1 is equal to 0, then we can have x is equal to minus 1. Okay. Then we get here, using the value of x is equal to minus 1, 3 into minus 1 minus 3 minus 2, but a into minus 1 plus 1 0 plus b into minus 1 plus 3 plus 2 and again minus 1 plus 1 0, that is c into 0. Okay. So we have only minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 is equal to b, that is b is equal to minus 5 by 2. Okay. Now x plus 3 is equal to 2, sorry, x plus 3 is equal to 0, put for this one, and you can by observation only understand what substitution we have to make there. You can easily write there, that is you can understand by observation only how this term will become 0. So this term will become 0 if we substitute the value of x as minus 3, isn't it? So putting x is equal to minus 3 in this equation, 3 into minus 3 minus 9 minus 2 as it is. Wherever x plus 3 is there, then those terms becomes 0. So obviously coefficient of x, a becomes 0 and b becomes 0, only c is there. So minus 3 plus 1 minus 2, its square, that is 4, that is minus 9 minus 2 minus 11 is equal to 4c, therefore c is equal to minus 11 by 4. Now we will have b and c. Okay. Now both the convergence get finished, but how to obtain the value of c? Because there is no term of 3, so it get over, and there is only one term of this x plus 1 and the substitution for this term is already done. Now how we can obtain the value of c? So see, put x is equal to 0, we get minus 2 is equal to a into minus 2 3a plus 3b plus c minus 2 3a minus 15 by 2 minus 11 by 4, isn't it? Therefore 3a is equal to minus 2 15 by 2 plus 11 by 4, that is minus 8 plus 30 plus 11 by 4, that is 33 by 4. Therefore a is equal to 11 by 4. See students, I want to tell you one more thing, that here I have told you that how to find out this value of c. Sorry, we have already find out this value, okay, c and b. Now we want to find out the value of a, but to find out this value of a, we have to make another substitution, this, and by back substitution of b and c, because it is already find out there. Therefore solving it, we have a is equal to 11 by 4. So our first, that is the integral becomes 3x minus 2 by x plus 1 bracket square by x plus 3 is equal to, substituting the values of a, b and c, isn't it? Therefore we have 11 by 4, I becomes x plus 1 minus 5 by 2 x plus 1 bracket square plus minus 11 by 4x plus 3 dx, okay, taking the constants outside the integrals and writing these integrals, and all these functions are linear functions, therefore it is very easy to integrate them. So how? We know that integration of 1 by x is what? Log x. So similarly integration of 1 by x plus 1 is log of mod of x plus 1 into minus 5 by 2 into x plus 1 raised to, that is this raised to minus 2 means after integration minus 2 plus 1, minus 1 upon minus 1 minus 11 by 4 as it is into integration of 1 by x plus 3 is log of mod of x plus 3 plus c. Now solving it, 11 by 4 log of x plus 1 by x plus 3 plus, due to this minus becomes the third type. If one factor is a quadratic factor and one is a linear factor, then let us have an example to understand this one. Tan theta plus tan cube theta by 1 plus tan cube theta d theta. Now you know that this is a trigonometric form, and we solve the partial form, partial functions, integrations in algebraic form. So first we have to reduce this form to a algebraic form, but how we can reduce it to a algebraic form? So let us see. Tan theta taking common, 1 plus tan square theta by 1 plus tan cube theta, that is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Now put tan theta is equal to x, therefore derivative of it is sec square theta d theta, that is this sec square d theta is equal to dx, tan theta is equal to x and upon 1 plus x cube, but 1 plus x cube can be written as, this is one of the identity, no, 1 plus x cube means 1 cube plus x cube, that is comparing it with a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square, okay. Therefore solving in this way, 1 plus x into 1 square, that is 1 minus ab, that is x, and plus b square, that is this, b square means x square. This rational form can be converted into partial form in this way, a by 1 plus x plus bx plus c upon 1 minus x plus x square. Again taking cross multiplication, we have a into 1 minus x plus x square plus bx plus c into 1 plus x upon 1 plus x 1 minus x plus x square. Now remove this denominator from both the sides and we have x is equal to these factors. Now again solving these bracket, okay, x is equal to, remove these brackets and multiply by the constants. Then carry out the multiplication, collect the terms of x square, x and constants. Okay. And these RHS also can be expressed as 0 into x square plus 1 into x and plus 0. Because to the LHS, we do not have term of x square, we do not have a constant term. So, coefficient of x square should be 0 and constant term should be 0. Isn't it? Now, comparing the coefficients of like powers. Therefore, coefficient of x square, here to the LHS 0 and to the RHS a plus b. Coefficient of x 1 minus a plus b plus c, and coefficient that is 0, constant 0 is equal to a plus c. Now if we solve these equations for a, b and c, from this equation we have a is equal to minus b and here a plus c is equal to 0. So if we substitute these values, okay, in one another and solving it, we have a is equal to minus 1 by 3, b is equal to 1 by 3 and c is equal to 1 by 3. Isn't it? So solve it and then you will find that the values of the constant. Now using the values of constants, here we get this rational form as minus 1 by 3 1 by 1 plus x plus b 1 by 3 x plus c 1 by 3 upon 1 minus x plus x square. Okay. Therefore, I is equal to, replacing these for this rational form by this partial form in I, we have in this way. Now making separate terms, 1 by 3 is constant, integration of 1 by 1 plus x dx plus, taking this 1 by 3 outside the bracket, x plus 1 by 1 minus x plus x square. 1 by 3 is same there, taking outside it. Now this is a simple format, 1 by 1 plus x, its integration is log of 1 plus x. But for the purpose of understanding, these integrations are separated. But come to the next one here, 1 by 2, and for the adjustment, because if you look at the denominator, its derivative is what? 2x minus 1. Okay, and we have x plus 1. So to obtain 2x minus 1 here, first multiply by 2. Okay, if we multiply by 2, then we will have 2x plus 2. And if we multiply, then we have to divide it also. So this 1 by 2 is there. So 2x plus 2, this term can be written as, by adding and subtracting 1, 3, that is added 1 into and subtracted 1 here. Okay, actually if we subtract this one, then we will have again 2. So x square minus x plus 1 as it is. The explanation is given here. Now 1 by 3 into 2, 1 by 6. The first term as it is, okay. We don't touch here. Now this one. This term can be separating and written as 2x minus 1 by x square minus x plus 1 by this 1 by 6 here, 1 by 6 into this 3 upon x square minus x plus 1 dx. Now separating the terms and nominating them as I1, I2, I3. Now for I1, I have told you it is very easy, is equal to minus 1 by 3 as it is into log of 1 plus x. But what is our x? Tan theta. So log of 1 plus I2, 1 by 6 is already there, and this term is derivative of the denominator. So directly using the standard form, 1 by 6 into log of x square minus x, that is using the corollary actually, f dash of x by fx, integration of f dash of x by fx is equal to log of e of x, isn't it? So 1 by 6 log of tan square theta minus tan theta plus 1. Now come to I3. Now 1 by 6 is already there, 3 x square minus x plus 1. Now for this integral we have to make it a complete square by adding and subtracting third term. So third term will be coefficient of middle term, that is minus 1 into half, minus 1 into half, that is minus half, and its square, that is 1 by 4. So adding and subtracting 1 by 4, we get a complete square x minus half bracket square plus root 3 by 2 bracket square. Okay, solve it separately and then you will have there, that is x minus 1 half bracket square plus root 3 by 2 bracket square. It is not too much difficult, okay, you know it. Okay, to avoid the steps we have directly written here. Now 1 by root 3, this is one of the standard form. Which standard form? 1 by x square plus a square or a square plus x square, and its integration is what? 1 by a tan inverse of x by a, isn't it? Now half is already there, these two get cancelled with these two, 1 by a, that is root 3 by 2, 2 get cancelled, only remain root 3 into tan inverse 2x minus 1, that is x, this x, again 2 here we cancelled and directly written there 2x minus 1 by root 3. Okay, but what is our x? Tan theta. So 1 by root 3 tan inverse of 2 tan theta minus 1 by root 3. Now in this way we obtain I3 also. So substituting I1, I2, I3 in I, we have this required answer. Okay, see it, I is equal to minus 1 by 3 log of 1 plus tan theta plus 1 by 6 log of tan square theta minus tan theta plus 1 plus 1 by root 3 tan inverse of 2 tan theta minus 1 by root 3 plus